The Very Serious Crafts podcast is on Patreon. Visit patreon.com/seriouscrafts to support our podcast, find out about our Patreon half-stitched episodes, and more.
Hello, and welcome to Season 4, Episode 9 of the Very Serious Crafts podcast. I'm Molly from Wild Olive.
I'm Katie Greenbean.
And I'm Haley from Red Handled Scissors and the Bones and Bobbins podcast. Today, we'll be talking about my favorite thing ever, organizing.
Yeah. Also, I just want to interject and say I have a little bit of a flashback here almost every time that we record an episode of the podcast, because when I was younger, there was this little in-between episode thing that would be on Saturday morning cartoons on ABC's One Saturday Morning. Mm-hmm. And if you are of similar age in the United States, like myself, you may remember this, but there was this character that would introduce themselves and they would say, "And I'm Vanessa," in a voice like that. And then the other person on the show would say, "Yes, you are." And every time that we have I'm Katie Greenbean or I'm Haley, I want to go, "Yes, you are." And I almost did it while we were recording this one just now. So,
well, I mean, now you have.
Now I have. It's maybe out of my system. Maybe not. I don't know.
I invite you to indulge that particular need at any time.
Okay.
That is fine.
Okay.
But before we jump into talking, we want to give a shout out to all our serious friends of the Very Serious Crafts podcast who are supporting us at patreon.com/seriousscrafts. Many thanks to you all. You are the best.
Yes, you are. See, there it is.
Ooh, I feel like that counts as the dad joke.
Yeah, it's definitely the Mollie's a little
it's close
loopy
enough.
Today thing.
Well, we had some time zone confusion. At least Molly and I did.
Molly did.
Katie seems to be just regularly on time.
I will say that no one apparently proofread my time zone calculations. They just believed me. So that is
we just entirely trusted you, Molly, and we never will again.
My only thing.
Oh, yeah, I didn't do the math.
Exactly.
I was just like, Molly knows what she's talking about. That's fine.
Yep. 3 time zones is too much for me. That's all I'll say.
Well,
I just looked at it and I was like, it's got 3 numbers in it, and the one that corresponds to me is the one that I asked for, so fine. The others must be correct.
Yeah.
Well,
yes.
The other 2 were the correct amount of time apart.
Yeah.
It's just
not apart from you.
Molly didn't assign herself to one of those.
Yes.
And just decided to be in the ocean instead.
That was it. So Molly is coming to you probably from a boat, is what we have figured out. Not really.
Oh
so
no,
just to
now I
segue us
have
in,
that SNL song stuck in my head.
I don't know that one. But just to transition us in, I will say that I was not very good at organizing today's recording session. Now, take it away. Officially, Haley is the person to organize these from now on, because this is really Haley's spot here.
Fine. Challenge accepted. Although for probably the first time that, I don't know, maybe this is the first time that Molly has seen it, behind me is a mess.
It is so not a mess.
Well, and you can't see it because my head is exactly blocking it in the video.
Yeah, if
and
your
they
head
didn't do
is
that on purpose.
blocking it, it's not big enough to be a mess.
What Katie said.
It's not.
It's big enough. Listen. if you have never seen a mess from me before, that's a pretty significant mess. And
Okay.
it does cover the entirety of my work table. So I think it counts. I mean,
All
it's
right.
neatly stacked mess.
Yep, there it is. You've described a non-mess in my world.
Mm-hmm.
I recently sent
Listen.
Katie photos of 2 shelves on a wall of shelves in my workspace, and Katie got the before and after, which is not even the complete after, but that was a bigger mess than what's behind Haley. Would you not agree?
It was a mess.
Yeah.
I
was a
would
mess.
call that a mess.
Mm-hmm.
All right, fine. I have a massive stack of books and also haunted Victorian dolls sitting behind me.
All right. You're going to need
But
to
not a
organize
mess.
those
I'm not
dolls,
even-
but not a mess.
Not kidding in any way.
Again, we don't doubt you in any way because that just makes sense. Yeah.
That I would have those things.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So
one of them is a bestiary.
Oh my.
Just like what I have behind me is several specimens of lichen.
That makes as much sense. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like we are all existing in our element, except for my element is more cluttered than I like it to be.
Yeah. Here's the thing. I would like my space, which, just for the record, behind me is not even my space. This is it. I record in my sister's room because I can close things off a bit more, but her space is much more organized than mine is, at least on the surface. I'm sure we could find secrets in here. But I would like for my space to be a lot more organized than it is. And I have areas that are very organized still. Like I can, go and find exactly the thing that I need. It is always in that same spot. I have things like that. But it always just seems to overflow, or I have things that need to be put back in their organized spot. I've got the bag of embroidery floss that is just a mess.
Oh,
waiting.
I need to get my bag of floss out.
Yeah, but it's waiting to go into the very organized containers that are divided by color and color number and order and, all of the things, right? So I feel like I live in both worlds simultaneously.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, what is your system for organizing floss before it's an executable item? Wow, that was the most autistic way I could have possibly said that.
That was that's good. That was good.
Because I and I assume that people who listen probably have figured out that I am writing some books at the moment, and I have all of my floss in individual snack bags by color, and then I have them in slightly bigger bags by first digit, so all the 900s together, all the 800s together.
Okay.
Whoa.
And then I have them separated even further by half of them being in one even larger bag and the other half being in an even larger bag, so I can find things quickly.
Yes.
So I don't have to rifle through. So I only have to rifle through half of a thing at a time.
Yeah.
But that is what I do before I'm putting something on a bobbin. If I'm not changing out colors. Threads that are waiting in the floss that is waiting in the wings.
See, England, you would say embroidery threads, yes? Yeah.
You said threads for my benefit, clearly.
Yeah.
Oh, well, there we
thank
go.
you.
I didn't even know it.
True story. One time I was talking about embroidery thread or embroidery floss, and I said something about, oh, I just found some floss, blah, blah, blah. And in this weird place, because that's totally normal. And I very remember.
We're great at talking today.
Yeah. I definitely remember Katie's partner saying, what in the world is going on with Mollie? Why does Mollie have, like, floss, thinking dental floss, just, like, in these weird places? Right? Do you remember that, Katie?
Yep, I do.
Yeah.
Oh.
So that.
That is a valid question.
It is. If you... I now am keenly aware of the times when I'm really, like, working in British terminology for embroidery things versus American. And even when I write stuff for American publications, I try and alternate between embroidery floss or I'll specifically say embroidery floss versus just floss because of that specific interaction.
Well, I'm very, very glad that, because...
Well, I say that too, though, because it's specific.
Yeah.
Like, when I'm writing instructions or something like that, I always say embroidery floss, not just floss.
Yeah.
Because the first thing I think of is flossing my teeth.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Even though I write cross-stitch books.
Yeah. Yeah. And it because it can seem obvious to you that, oh, I'm just when in the context of crafting, but...
Yeah, and in context, sure. But
finding floss, like, stuck to your backside, though, might not have the context that one is looking for. Anyway.
I definitely find floss there pretty frequently.
Yes, me too.
I wonder if anyone has ever mistook that and sewn with dental floss.
Now, part of me wants to embroider with
because
dental floss.
I might take that literally, given how my brain works. If I did not know better, I think I might do that.
I wonder if there would be an occasion where stitching with dental floss would be, like, an appropriate choice of materials.
Well, I can think of one right off the top of my head. If you are the type of person who divides projects into quadrants so you can count more easily.
I am so
dental
not this
floss.
person that I don't know even what you're talking about.
So in embroidery projects, some people, I'm not one of them, I just mark the center, but some people divide like a piece of Ada cloth into quadrants. So, like, do a running stitch through the center in both directions. So they cross at the center point. And then you pull out those threads at the end.
That makes sense. You've just made me think as well that you could use it for a lifeline in knitting.
Oh, absolutely. I have used dental floss as a lifeline in knitting, actually.
There you go.
That's really funny because I don't think I had I must have been in Michigan. And I don't think I had a contrasting color or any waste yarn because I had just brought a project. And I've definitely used dental floss, especially because there's structure to it.
Yeah.
So it's easier to thread through.
I was thinking, like, it would just be really fun to embroider a happy little tooth with dental floss because that would just be funny.
And it would smell all minty.
Yeah, exactly.
I think you should do that for your dentist.
I could do it for my hygienist who we've talked about things with the podcast. That would be really funny.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay. It's a plan. This is not what this episode was supposed to be about, but I like it.
No, not at all. But so tell me how you organize your staged embroidery floss. God, I can't even talk.
I don't put my embroidery floss on bobbins at all, ever. I always keep it just in the skeins. So, I have these boxes that are designed to be little plastic photo boxes. They're a hair too short for embroidery floss, but I make it work because it is a big, it's a big clear plastic box, and then in it are 16 smaller rainbow-colored boxes that I use the DMC color card, which has not 16 columns, but like it's like 16 colorful columns plus neutrals, and so the neutrals I set aside as their own thing. So I use those as my guide, and each
I like
individual box in the larger box holds 1 column worth of colors. So I look up on the color card and I go, oh, the color I want is in box 3, and then I go or it's column 3, so I grab box number 3, and it has all of those in there. And
I think I like your system better than mine.
It's like kind of like pre-organized. It's pre-organized for me, so I just follow what's there, and then I have this full chart to reference. And
that makes complete sense to me.
Yeah, it works really well for me. And so then inevitably what happens is after I've used colors, if I don't, then they go into the bag that is a mess. And then I have to go through and re-put things away. But then when I'm actually working on projects, I pull out the colors that I need and they go into a bag for that particular project. And I usually have several of those things going, especially now that I've hired my sister to help me with sample stitching. So I can prep those bags and hand them off. And and she makes these
I always have an individual bag per project.
She makes these delightful little rolls of extra embroidery floss, and she sometimes tucks them into the labels, and so they look like mini skeins, and I love them.
That is a woman after my own heart.
I know. But yeah, so that's that. I've been using that system. I have more than one of these full boxes, so I try to keep one complete set always. So if I need things for photos, I have them. And then I have one that has sometimes missing colors, and I try to like put Post-it notes on the box so that I know what things I need to refill. Or, sometimes there'll be multiples in that one box, and then I have one that is just one skein of every DMC color, the main colors, not the extra ones like variations and stuff. But
I like that. I don't have a single set aside.
I have. Because I've done work with...
It makes a lot of sense, though.
And because I've done work with DMC over the years, they are very generous to their... what's the word I'm looking for? Designers. They... and even just, if you've done... Sometimes if you do work with them, and, so full disclosure, I have worked with DMC, but they would be my floss of choice anyway. I go and buy their floss regularly, but they will send you a box.
Yeah, that's what I used to.
Yeah, they'll send you a box with every color in it, and it's all this jumbled mess, and you get to go through and sort it and organize it.
Oh, yes. That just is so soothing.
Yeah. But yeah, so that's my method. I'll have a link in the show notes that shows what these containers look like and how I have organized them and everything, because I always like showing pictures of my rainbow boxes of embroidery floss. Yeah.
It makes me happy.
Yeah. It makes me happy too. Even like anytime that I have to go pick colors, to have it organized that way is a joyous occasion.
Yeah.
Very, very pleasing.
Well, I have a Gutermann thread cabinet that has all of the colors all labeled, and I always have at least one spool of each color in it because I need it to be complete.
Yeah. All right, so Katie, now I would like Katie to share the latest organization project going on.
Well,
because I know about this and I'm excited for it to be shared.
I don't know about this and I'm also excited.
I am in the process of refurnishing and reorganizing my studio. And So I think there are two things that Mollie's asking about here. The first of which is the project bag shelf.
Yes.
Ooh.
It makes me so happy.
It wasn't a planned part of the studio. It wasn't a thing that I thought, oh, you know what, I really need a project bag shelf.
But that's so smart.
Well, I think it is me really embracing the fact that I am a person with ADHD. I am always going to have several projects on the go, possibly more than I should. And it's
what is that?
Like, I would always have project bags, like 3 in this room, 1 in that room, 1 at the bottom of that bag, like 1 in the kitchen. I wouldn't know where they were. Now they have a place, and they're all lined up next to my desk, and it's pleasing.
Very nice.
It is so wonderful, which is actually what inspired the very messy shelf photo that I sent to Katie, because
Mollie was jealous.
That. I was jealous, and I said, okay, I have to do this right away. And so I started moving stuff off of my shelves, and now I also have a project bag shelf.
Yay!
I just have a big, plastic bin where my project bags are filed.
That works. Yeah.
Well, but you can't see it, and then I forget about things, and that's where projects go to die.
Yeah.
And so, I love that idea, and after I'm done with these books, I feel like that's in my future.
It's also, I think, a really good excuse for having lovely project bags.
Yes, it's really nice to see them, but also seeing them all in a line makes you understand that you maybe have enough projects on the go and you don't need to start another one.
Well, and I have that problem too. I also have an ADHD diagnosis, although it's sort of unclear where the autism ends and anything else begins.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
But I am incredible at starting new projects, like getting excited about a thing and starting it.
That's normal, right? Please, that's normal.
And it is completely normal. But then I forget that I've started it.
Yes.
And so I have found multiple of the same projects. Like, I have had this great idea, and then
that's amazing.
a year and a half later, I've had this great idea. And so, and as someone who is sort of known to be very organized, that is a part of my life where, things may be filed and in their place, but I don't know what's in them. No idea. All I know is that they're orderly.
Well, this is I think what I like about the project bag shelf is that it is organizational, but I think it also celebrates the projects.
Well, yeah.
As opposed to something where you go, oh, I have a whole bunch of projects, and then it's actually going, look at these beautiful things.
And being able to select one, if you are headed out for a trip or something, and be like, oh, there we go. I can just...
Not that heading out for a trip is a thing that anyone does
Well, no. Although I am getting on a train at some point in the near future to go to my in-laws in Vermont for 4th of July. Ask me how excited I am about that. I mean, my in-laws are wonderful, but I hate traveling. Yeah. But... oh, I love that idea. That makes me very, very satisfied just to even think of it.
I'm going to see if I can pick you up and show you, Haley.
Please.
All right.
Where are we? We're going that way?
I see
there it is,
them.
just above. Yep.
There
that is extremely satisfying. And you're right, Mollie. It's really pretty to look at. I like it.
Yeah.
Oh.
Hopefully, maybe recording this will inspire me to finish the shelf area that I have going on.
Well, this is a thing, isn't it?
I actually have...
I'm really good at starting projects and not finishing them. I'm also really good at starting organizing and not finishing it.
See, you just need me to come visit.
I do.
For a brief period of time. I think I've said this before when we've been talking about organizing on the show in previous episodes. I have family members who used to, when I was a teenager or younger, have me come spend the night before parties or family gatherings because they knew that if they left me alone for long enough, I would clean the house and like implement a pantry and, you know, do all of the things. And because I just really like to do it, I don't necessarily want to do it. Like, I like to do it with my stuff, but I really like to do it with not my stuff because it's so satisfying to see somebody's face when they're like, oh.
I think it may also be a little easier to do it with someone else's things because you don't have, like, personal ideas that get in the way.
Oh, yeah. And I'm not attached to anything, so anything extraneous is obvious. Yeah.
You also don't have the idea of, but this has always been here.
Oh, that is a good point.
Clearly it doesn't need to be, but, you know, like, yeah, I have weird things where I'm like, why in the world do I keep this here when that's not necessary? So I've been trying to break some of that.
The answer to that, for me, almost always is, that's where my mom kept it.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But,
I mean, it doesn't, but it does.
It makes as much sense as anything, and I would put money down that if I went to my grandma's house, it'd be there, too.
Yeah. Well, I recently made an Instagram reel showing a little tour of the sewing basket that I have, and there's things in there that have been there simply because it came to me that way, and I've never moved it. So.
Oh, yeah. One of my sewing tins that came from my mom, which came from my great-grandmother, definitely, like, duplicates of things that I will never need, and, like, less high-quality ones than the ones that I use. They just live there. Yep. Not my business.
I love that. Anyway, yeah. This is a good discussion of all the things. But okay, so at the beginning of that, Katie, you said, I think the thing that Mollie's talking about is my project bag shelf. But the other thing,
which I think Haley is going to be equally excited about, is the box making extravaganza. So,
is there an assembly line?
There is not an assembly line because each box is unique.
Cool.
Each box is going to be just designed for its purpose. So.
Oh, yes. I love a container that has a specific use and is made for that use. Mm-hmm. Nothing makes me happier.
I spent so much time looking for suitable boxes, and everything I found was either ugly, flimsy, or horrifically expensive. And
yeah, sounds right.
Even if it was suitable, they come in uniform sizes, and the things that I wish to store and use are not uniform in size and shape. So I've decided to custom make all of my boxes, and it's probably going to take me years to finish the process. Maybe not.
That's fine.
I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. That's fine. Yeah.
Ooh, are you going to get a, or maybe you already have, a wood burner so you can label them?
No, but I'm going to make noise. Sorry, Mollie.
Oh, this is fine. This is part of the experience. It's organizational ASMR.
Because the only one that has its label on is a really heavy one. Here it comes.
Oh, yes. That is very satisfying.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So, for people who are listening
I rescind
and not watching,
my question. That is exactly how I would have done it.
Yes. So
that is how my stuff is labeled, too, actually.
I want them to look like little museum boxes, and so I'm making them out of grey board and covering it in book cloth, and I don't know if you saw it, but it's got a divider inside it, so it's got inks in one half and the corresponding paintbrushes in the other half.
Oh, yes.
I am having the best time.
Yes. And the labels, for those of you who cannot see it, because only we are so lucky, are... Weirdly enough, they're the same labels that I use for my grimoire.
Well,
but they are
good choice though.
Like metal tag holders with paper tags labeled specifically.
Yeah.
And they remind me of the Museum of Natural History.
Yes, that is exactly the vibe that I'm going for.
Well, you win.
Yeah.
Thank you. I even thought that there's nothing to stop me painting a lichen here and a mushroom there on the boxes.
Oh, nothing at all.
So
I support that wholeheartedly. That would look really nice, actually.
Yeah.
That's the plan. And because I'm using up book cloth that I've had since my art college days, they are not all going to be the same colour. Obviously the book cloth I have is all brown and green because that is the colour of my life. But it's all different shades.
Well, but those will all look very nice.
They'll all look
together
like they belong in the same habitat.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
Perfect.
That's what
description
I like.
There.
I like a set, as we have discussed.
I will say, Katie, I may beg you for photos of the project bag shelf and the handmade boxes.
I will
to go in show notes.
Certainly,
if that's possible.
Indulge you this request. And
all right, thank you.
I am so excited.
Keep my studio tidy enough around the area that I don't mind showing those photos.
Well, I'm gonna show my before and after on my shelf, I think, online at some point. So.
Oh, does that mean I have to photograph my mess?
No.
No, there's no pressure on any of this. This is just whatever it is. It's all good.
Although I do feel like maybe I should, just so people have context. All right, we'll see.
All right, we'll see what happens here.
Oh my goodness. Oh, Katie, I'm so excited about both of those things. I cannot even tell you.
There is a third thing, but it's...
Ooh.
I feel like it will definitely appeal to Hayley more than Mollie, but I don't know. I might be judging. There's also a spreadsheet.
I spreadsheet for fun. I don't think you understand how many spreadsheets exist in my day-to-day life.
What are you spreadsheeting?
Well, because I work in a tiny studio and I own a lot of yarn and fabric. It is decided that the yarn and fabric is going to move to the garage. Don't worry, it is well protected in watertight, airtight bags within watertight, airtight boxes. It's all going to be fine. But I need to know what's out there. So I have a spreadsheet that does yarn and does fabric. So I know what I've got and which box it's in. And it's also...
I think that's great.
It's searchable by colour, it's searchable by weight of yarn or type of fabric or all of these different things. It's very exciting.
I feel great about this system.
I do too.
Have been actively in the process, I guess, of making photo swatches of everything that I've got, or actual fabric swatches, depending on what it is and if I'm going to cut into it.
I feel like you might have told me about this the first time I met you, and I think this might have partially inspired my spreadsheet situation.
Cool. And I think you're right. I think that I have been vaguely in the process of doing this for a long time. I just keep writing books and not finishing the current thing that I'm doing at any given moment.
Well, see, and I love this idea, and I do use spreadsheets for some things to organize my my work on bigger projects, but I'm bad at maintaining them. So that would be my downfall. And in fact,
I have scheduled maintenance.
Yeah.
Like there is on Tuesdays is when I maintain.
That's where even my schedule is not that organized, but that's where I think, like, even with my embroidery floss, using the DMC chart acts in its own way as a spreadsheet.
Oh, absolutely.
Because that's kind of what that is. But
it's a visual spreadsheet.
Yeah.
You can see right away what is and what isn't there.
And as a very visual person, that makes a big difference for me. But no,
I think that makes complete sense.
Yeah.
I think both of those things are, depending on how your brain works,
yep,
basically the same thing. Like the same hierarchical structure exists within both of them. And I really like both. I am a very spreadsheety human, but I also like to see the order. I tend to have things out and like on pegboards or my thread cabinet that I can't turn my computer to show you, but you've both been here.
I've seen it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I tend to have things out and organized,
which is, again, part of that is celebrating the beauty of the things and the organizing that you've done.
Yeah, well, and also just being able to see what I've got, because
I feel like that's part of being inspired as well, is seeing what you have and knowing that it's to hand.
Like, I have no idea what's in my yarn stash. No idea, because I vacuum bagged that stuff after the mothing, and I have opened it for specific things, but I have no idea what I've gotten just because I like it. That's in there. But I know that there certainly is stuff in there that I have maybe only seen once.
All right. Yeah, well, I think, though, like, with all of this, getting back to even how your brain works, any form of organization, it has to work for the person who's actively using the things. Like, I don't think there's like a right and wrong thing, a right and wrong way to do this, because it needs to be what works for you so that you can enjoy it. And I mean, even if, like, I have sometimes a certain amount of organized chaos where it looks super messy, but I know exactly where everything is in its own way. That is your own system. I really wish that I didn't live in that system as much as I do, but I often know exactly where a thing is in the mess. But then I have other things that are not like that, so,
But if that works for you, I feel like there shouldn't be a value judgment on that. Like, if that's if that is working for you, if it looks like chaos from the outside, but it is completely not chaos from your point of view, I don't think it's helpful to strive to do things in a way that doesn't work with how your brain just does them. And I feel like there's an awful lot of pressure when people are looking at, like, workspaces on Instagram. And everybody's like, I should, or I really need to, or whatever. And it isn't because it will help me, or because it will make my workflow easier, or because it will be inspiring. It's because it will look tidy. And I don't think that in and of itself is useful.
Yes,
unless
please say it louder for the
functional.
Instagram and Pinterest people in the back.
And I say that as someone who, generally speaking, has one of those spaces. Like, my space tends to look staged, even when it isn't, because I have very particular, like, my brain needs things to be in very specific places because I'm not neurotypical, and those are the things that, like, poke at me from the inside of my skull. Mm-hmm. They're like, hey, excuse me, that is not in the right order. But because of that, my space is organized the way it is. If my brain worked differently, it would look very different, because it's not sustainable to keep your work area or craft area, whatever, it's not sustainable to keep it in someone else's order.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
That.
Anyway, I'll get off my soapbox.
I think that's a perfect way for us to wrap this up, because
I was going to say, with that, I think the episode concludes.
Well, yeah. Sorry.
No, that's like
hard stop.
No,
those are the rules.
I think it's so important, because I know that I can be one of the people that looks at other people's pristine spaces and thinks that I might be a failure because of my own messy organizing or whatever it is. It's not always organizing. Sometimes it's just messy. I'm not gonna. I will fully own that. But
that's also fine.
If it works.
People,
it doesn't always
can't
work,
be creative. In a pristine space. I know lots of, almost everyone I know who is a creative, who is not me, like, thrives with a lot of, like, visual activity going on around them. And that, I think that's fantastic. If you're turning out work that you love and you're good at doing what you're doing, like, don't change that.
Well, that is a valid thing to consider here. But anyway, so.
Which isn't to say you can't put things away when you're done, if that will make you happy also.
Right.
I don't know. I feel like it's utter nonsense that people think that they should live up to the expectations of other people who, quite frankly, are also not living up to those expectations. Nobody's spaces are perfect. No, it's just, that's not a thing. Yeah. Nobody who's actually doing an activity in an area has a space that looks like that.
Yeah.
And, like, mine doesn't look like that when I'm doing a thing.
Yeah.
And neither does theirs. And I think most of the time, those photos that you see, that's maybe the only time that will ever look like that.
Yes. Yeah.
And that's also okay.
There's a reason why, I mean, you tidy things up to make it presentable for a photo, regardless of your level of keeping it that way, you know? But
or to discover the things you forgot you had.
Also that.
Which I do a lot.
Yeah. Anyway.
Wait, anyways. One more thing. Before we conclude the episode, I've been holding it back for a while. I need to ask Hayley, what does it mean to implement a pantry?
That's the best question of the episode.
Okay. To take cabinet chaos and to take everything out of all of the chaotic cabinets, and then to put things in the places that make sense for them to live on purpose and in groups, probably with labels showing.
Okay. Just checking.
And often this is literally in a pantry.
Okay.
Like for food. So
right.
that is implementing a pantry.
You probably would really like the videos of people like organizing their refrigerators as well, and like putting all of the liquids into specially designated bottles that are labeled with.
You know what? Ain't nobody got time for that.
I know. They're nice to look at and not realistic in the least.
I mean, yeah, it's very pretty. It's not useful.
No, thank you. Okay, good.
My refrigerator, for the record, is not neat and tidy because I'm not the only person who uses it.
There you go.
And
see,
if I imposed my need for order on that, Jeremy and I would be wound up constantly. Like anyway,
right.
Not that you can't have a very organized refrigerator. I find that to be very satisfying. And sometimes I put things in order and I obviously clean my refrigerator. But yeah, even I don't go to those lengths.
I love it. All right. So, on that note, actually, officially, let's wrap this episode up.
Oh, I should say, though, that I do have all of my baking supplies specifically in labeled glass matching containers.
Mm-hmm. All right,
I'm done.
Okay. Now you have to do, like, the thing at the end of the episode.
I found it. I just can't read right now.
We're all good.
I can only read grids at the moment.
Okay.
Fair. All right. Thanks for listening to the Very Serious Crafts podcast. You can follow us on Instagram and Twitter at Serious Crafts and on Facebook at Very Serious Crafts. You can also find show notes and all things Very Serious Crafts at veryseriouscrafts.com. And finally, if you're a fan of the Very Serious Crafts podcast, and honestly, after that episode, how could you not be? Exactly.
Yeah.
Please leave us a 5-star review on whichever platform you use to listen to podcasts. Good ratings help us show up in recommendations, which helps more people who love crafting find us.
Yes.
Yay.
And, yeah. I feel like maybe we should take those, like, the ratings and reviews, and we should, like, organize them in a spreadsheet after this. I will say, Haley,
don't tempt me.
Apart from my like time zone coordination things that I mess up occasionally, Haley keeps this podcast very well organized. There are spreadsheets involved, and it's helpful. It's wonderful. Yeah,
it's true. Although I did jettison the holiday spreadsheet because that was not functionally useful.
Yes. Yeah. You know, again, use what works. So, all right.
Yep. And
Bye,
on
friends.
that note, bye everybody.
Bye.